Hello and welcome to everyone to FS Academy. My name is Faizan Qadri. Today I'm going to talk about the LWC, which is Lighting Web Component. So before that, I want to introduce of myself. My name is Qadri Faizan and I'm a Salesforce certified. I have around 8 years of IT experience. I'm holding Trailhead Ranger rank. Without any further delay, let's jump into the introductions of LWC. What is the LWC? LWC is a framework developed by Salesforce. LWC is a way to create interactive dynamic web pages for Salesforce. It's like a building block for your web application in Salesforce. It is used to develop the web-based application in Salesforce. It uses the modern JavaScript, HTML, CSS to develop your web applications in Salesforce. It's follow the rules guidelines set by web standard. It's mean they work consistently in the browser that support by Salesforce. It is a fast and uses the browser own capabilities to run the code quickly. If you have the basic knowledge of HTML, JavaScript, so it's gonna make a lot easier your life to the creating the lighting web component in Salesforce. We're gonna talk about the what are the web components, lighting platform, JavaScript based encapsulations, reactivity, event handling, HTML templates, CSS styles, data binding, and open source. Web component LWC is a technology used to build a web component which are usable piece of web component or functionality. Lighting platform Light LWC is designed specifically for the Salesforce lighting platform, making it easy to create custom user interface for Salesforce applications. JavaScript based uses JavaScript for the logic and making it familiar to many web developers. Encapsulation Encapsulation enforce the encapsulation. LWC enforce the encapsulation, meaning that code and style for the component are isolated from other component to the prevent conflicts. Reactivity. LWC supports reactivity programming, so changes in the data can automatically update the user interface. Event handling. It allows components to communicate with each other by sending and receiving the events, enabling interaction between the different parts of the page. So let's talk about the HTML templates. LWC uses the HTML template for the defining structure of the component, making it easy to create visualize appealing interface. So you can create the interactive UI for your user using the LWC component. So basically, HTML templates is a similar kind of templates which we use in the HTML to develop the web application. CSS style. You can use the CSS to to better the your UI experience. So user can experience some better UI. Data binding basically if you defined any property in your JS controller and you can bind those in the HTML. So basically LWC supposed to two-way data binding, allowing data changes to reflect in instantly in the web in the user interface and vice versa. Open source, as you know, like LWC is a open source, which means it is not a limited Salesforce. You can use the other web development projects as well. So means that LWC, like, it is a open source, so basically you can create LWC component and refer in the another web development projects as well. Feature of LWC. So we gonna talk about the features of LWC in the details. And first things is reusability. What do you mean by reusability? Reusability is things that is you can use again and again. So let's understand by the examples what is the reusability. Imagine imagine you are the building a Salesforce applications and you have the contact card component in LWC that show the contact information. So you can use this same component on multiple pages of your pages app to display the contact details whenever it are needed. This save the times and effort because you don't have to recreate the same things over and over. Let's talk about the performance. With the example, let's say you have a list of the 100 contacts to display in your app. With the LWC, only the contacts that are currently visible on the screen are loaded and displayed. As you scroll down the list, more contacts are loaded on the demand. This makes your app feels faster responsive because of it doesn't load the data at once, unlike same other technology. What is the modern? Modern, basically in LWC, you can use standard HTML, JavaScript, CSS just like you do when you creating the regular website. For instance, you can use HTML to structure your page. JavaScript make it interactive and CSS style it. This familiar with the standard web technology make it easier for developers to work with LWC. In terms of the security, let's talk about the security with the examples. LWC is designed and built in security features. Let's say you are the building a financial app in Salesforce that handles sensitivity data like bank account informations. So LWC protect this data by ensuring the only authorized user can access it. It's help prevent the common security vulnerabilities like cross-siting scripting by default. What are the advantages over the Aura? Okay, so let's understand by advantages by examples. Simplicity. Example in the Aura, to create a simple Hello World component, you need to several lines of code. However, in the LWC, you can achieve same result with the fewer lines of code. So basically, instead of like it's in terms of the complexity, it is very simple, and you can create a LWC component. You can bind, you can create the variables, and you can easily bind on the HTML UI. It it has only three files like HTML, JavaScript controllers, and CSS. Of course, you have the meta file which is comes when you create the LWC component. So meta file basically it allow to you where you want to place your LWC component. For that you have to make sure your LWC property that is the visible, it is true. Make sure that you make visible to true, and you have to set the templates where you want to like display the LWC component, and where you want to place it. Like let's understand by example. You want to place it by the place it on the Aura component record page or lighting components. Okay, the performance wise, let's understand by the example. Imagine you have a real time chat features in Salesforce app. LWC can efficiently handle the updating the chats messages as they come in, providing the smoother and more responsive user experience compared to Aura, which might struggle with the real-time updates. Interoperability. Let's understand by examples. Let's say you want to embed a Salesforce component in non-Salesforce websites. LWC can more easily integrate into external web applications. It make more versatile. This means you can use Salesforce component in different contexts without much hassle. So as you can see, right, we can place our component in different applications and different way. So by building the building the Lightning Web components, we can also use this LWC component in different projects. Browser capability. Okay, LWC designs should work with wide range of browsers. Means you can work on the different browsers and doesn't rely on the older browser features like Aura. So as you know, like, Aura is what dependent on the older browser features, and this makes it more compatible. Various browsers include the mobile devices. So you can also develop LWC component where you can include your LWC component in the mobile devices. Okay, easier learning curve. So if you as I have already told about, right, if you have the basic knowledge like a web development, like we do, uh, it uses the HTML, JavaScript, and which are very familiar technologies. You can, if you have the basic knowledge of the web development, if you are the familiar with the HTML and CSS and JavaScript, then you can easily build your Lightning Web component and as per your requirement. So better tooling, basically, LWC development benefits from the JavaScript tooling such as the ES and TypeScripting. So as you know, right, LWC components work on the modern JavaScript. So you should make sure that so it's help, right, it's help to understand the latest JavaScripting things, and which improve your quality and the maintainability. Enhance security. Or I have already talked about the security systems, right? So how can we prevent the security vulnerabilities like cross sightings, scripting, and all. Improvement debugging. LWC offer better debugging capabilities as compared to Aura, with more detailed error messages. So suppose if you got the any error in your application, so what you can do that you can you inspect elements and you can find out the what is the error and why it's coming. So based on that, your based on the error, you can in you can fix it in better integration with the browser developer too. So you can work on the uh, you can you can work on the debugging things very quickly by mm, mm, by you can work. LWC offer better debugging capabilities as compared to Aura, so you can work on the things easily. You can find out the errors and you can resolve them. Reusable element, as I've already said, told about, right, you can reusable the things, and whenever you have the requirement or same functionality you want to implement, then easily you can create a components. You don't have to recreate that components. You can easily create that component and you can use it, right? Once you have created, then you can use it. Better integration with other web technology. You can always it allow to you design the work with the other web technologies and libraries. So mean that you can you can import the JavaScript library as per your requirement, and you can build or you can integrate the other other third party libraries, so you can work on it. Forward capability. Salesforce has been actively investing in LWC, and as you know, right, a as preferred component model, and which mean that feature enhancement and feature are more likely to be introduced in LWC rather than the Aura component. So Salesforce also like looking forward to enhance the LWC, and it's gonna be features. As you know, it's a booming technology right now. It has a great it's due to the great craze. We have a lots of demand in the uh, Salesforce LWC developers. Let's talk about the key difference between the Aura and the LWC. Okay, so Aura components are built using the using the HTML and JavaScript, whereas the LWC it is built on the modern JavaScript development. Aura component cannot be used inside the LWC. LWC can be included the Aura component. So you you cannot include the LWC in the Aura component, whereas you can placed or put your LWC component inside the Aura. So when we start the doing the practical things, so I'll give these kind of the examples where we build or we place the our LWC component inside the Aura, and we'll see via versa it is possible not. So once we start the building the application, we will deep dive in the practical example, then we will see the what all this means. Okay, so lighting wave components take a longer to build and delivers. As we know, right? It is a improved performance and much faster as compared to deployment. Aura components are Salesforce platform dependent. So it is a platform dependent, and whereas the LWC are natively supported in the browser, and much knowledge of Salesforce is not required. Having said that, right, if you have the basic knowledge of the HTML and JavaScript and CSS, then you can easily build the LWC component without any difficulty and data walls. You can edit the designs or component inside the developer console, but whereas LWC component you cannot edit it. For that you need to the need ID, which is in environment development environment, which is you you'll need to utilize another integrated programming environment such as Visual Studio Code. The data binding between the component for the property is two-way. The data binding between the component for the property value is one way. So you can bind the data in the two ways in our component, where in the LWC it is not possible. You have to the data binding is one way. In Aura component, you can use application event to communicate between the in different domain hierarchies. In the where in LWC you can use Lightning messages services communicate between the different domain in hierarchy. So we'll see the difference how to communicate between the unrelated component, and related component, and parent to child, child to parent. These all things we'll see in the details with the examples in further video. This is all about the key difference between the LWC components. Thank you for the supports. This is my first video, so please make sure that you subscribe and press the mm, bell icon so you can get the notifications whenever I upload the new video. So this is all about the introduction LWC components. So this is, as I said initially, this is my very first video. So next in the next video we're going to deep dive in the examples where we'll build the hello components and the data binding, static bindings, and all those examples. So stay tuned, and please, as I mentioned, please like and subscribe my channels, and it encourages me to uh, build a relationship with you. you people. So stay tuned for the further update. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And please give us thumbs up and the share and the like and subscribe. Thank you everyone. Thanks.